the waves were so huge that when we hit the shore and we were trying to get on board the boat, one wave just came over and just swamped the whole damn boat.
No kidding.
Back in,
What size of skiff was it?
yeah, it was a 20-footer, bayliner.
Huh.
So we bailed out the boat and tried to get that motor started. You know, it conked out, and it wouldn't start, and the waves just pushed that boat right up on top on the beach.
No kidding.
Every time a wave came, I'd pull until we got it as far up on the beach so we can get it. And my son was still on the other boat, and it's an open boat. It was about 19 foot with just a small cabin on the front. And I called the Coast Guard, and I told them we were at Lincoln Island, and they were looking for me at Lincoln Rock. And I was so scared that I was going to lose my boy out there on that boat that's anchored up.
Yeah.
You know, I yelled at him, I kept yelling at him, you know, and I kept, until one time he caught me, he heard me. I told him to blink the lights every now and then to let me know that you're okay because it was so dark. And when there were no lights, no blinking of the lights, and I couldn't see, there was a yellow rubber raft on the boat. I couldn't see the yellow raft, and I thought, oh my God, he gotten into that raft and tried to come shore. Or I was running up and down the shoreline. I was just screaming my lungs out. Anyway, to make a long story short, the Coast Guard didn't come. And then they finally got to us the next morning.
Really?
You know. And it was so damn rough there that they couldn't get a line. They couldn't come. They went over to where my son was in this little boat, and they were blowing their horn and yelling, and he didn't respond. He was curled up way up inside the bow of the boat, and he had everything on top of him.
Wow.
You know, he was so cold.
Yeah.
The Coast Guard came in, they finally woke him up, and they hooked onto the boat. And my boat, the tide was coming up, and what I did was I had my son and shacking out, find some logs, you know, as many timbers as we could find, and we turned that boat around, and I had the timbers underneath it. So when the tide came up, it was on these timbers. And the Coast Guard was trying to throw a line, and they couldn't get that line to me. And Shagana used to be, Coast Guardman. He walked the beach and he called them guys. We had that walkie-talkie. He called them guys to come and get him. And if he got on board the boat there, first throw, I got it. And I was in the boat, and I was telling the Coast Guard, wait, just wait. Waiting for a wave to come, a good wave to come, and then you pull me off. And said, okay now. Boy, they took off. The boat just went right over those logs, Just went right over those logs. And they towed us to the far end there where there's just a little anchorage like we have here. And my boat was leaking. It had a crack in it. And they refused to tow me back to Juneau because of that crack in the boat. I was taking on water. They wouldn't do it. We stayed there that night, And during the next night, couldn't stand it anymore. So we shot a small deer, and we cooked that.
Huh.
And Saginaw finally decided he's going to go. He's going to give it a try to run across. That's when Ed Boone and Danny and there's some other guys tried to get out there to us, try to come over to us. They couldn't even get around South Shelter. Saginaw made it to town. And then he came back. He brought food, dry clothes, and a bottle of whiskey. And that storm lasted 2 days. And second day, the second day or third day, we finally decided we were going to give it a try. I swear to God, Dale, when we're coming through the pass, my boat was up here, Saginaw was down here. Just going like a son of a gun,
Gee,
We finally got around South Shelter. We got out of the wind.
Yeah.
Threw that tied up together and we were so damn happy we made it,
Well, Rudy Jr. then, did they tow him back, or what? Did he stay with you, or what happened?
Yeah, he stayed with me.
Oh, okay.
And Jeff, my other son, went back with the Coast Guard.
Oh, okay.
No, Rudy went back. Both of them went back. My two boys went back with the Coast
But the
Guard.
small boat was anchored, and it stayed anchored through all this?
There was only one strand holding that, the three-ply anchor line.
Yeah.
There was only one strand hanging onto that anchor line that my boy was in.
Well, you guys never forget that.